Hello everyone, it's me again. Today I'm doing something a little different. I'm not playing games, I'm doing a reaction thing. I'm gonna do a couple scary videos. This whole stream is just gonna be like running through videos. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this. This is only 20 minutes, so at 12:20, well in my time I'll pick another one, but I'm gonna start on this one.
TikTok creator Coffee Crazed shared this chilling recording after noticing that her dog had become unusually alert inside the living room.
I think that dog just has like a naturally like stupid looking face to it. Like I'm sorry, not stupid. Stupid's like a wrong, like a mean word, but just like a naturally like ignorant kind of like stare offish look to it
Animal
already.
repeatedly stared toward one side of the room
Um,
as though it could sense something lurking nearby. Curious
but I
and
don't feel like that's like
increasingly uneasy,
I don't feel like that's like out of the normal though. It doesn't look like it's like out of the normal or like it's like distressed by what it's looking at necessarily. It just looks like
Coffee Crazed turned the camera to investigate and discovered something terrifying in the darkness.
Maxie boy. Hi.
no, that stage. That's got to be what is it in the? Is that a thing in the door frame? In the reflection of the window? No, that's gotta be like do you see that?
What the hell is in the window? What? Caitlin, do you see that?
That's Nosferatu, bro. That shit's like
Come here, look in the window. What is this? What the? What is that? I don't know.
that's Vecna. It's the Demogorgon coming through the wall, bro. Okay, folk, that got me. That got
Outside the
me.
window,
That got me a little bit. Nosferatu's ass coming in. They got her ass losing it, bro.
a pale, distorted face appears to be
Ooh.
staring directly into the house. Its ghostly head remains eerily motionless
Oh
behind the
no,
glass,
bro. I'm
while the
creeped
rest of its
already.
body is completely swallowed by darkness.
I'm creeped already, dude. This is bad.
As the camera moves closer, the sinister figure never looks away, as though it has been silently watching the room the entire time.
Maxie boy. Hi. What the hell is in the window? What? Caitlin, do you see that? Come here, look in the window. What is this? What the?
Oh, dude, what would you do knowing that's like behind you? It's like sitting behind you, dude. Oh my god, that would flip. That I'd be freaking out.
What is that? I don't know.
Perhaps the face-like shape
That's totally like a costume, bro. That's totally like a Spirit Halloween classic right there with the dog and everything, bro. It was totally a Spirit like, okay, I'm gonna record. You're gonna take the dog. You're gonna put the costume on, and you're gonna scream. I'm telling you right now, there's the way he like Michael Jackson leaned forward and backed up. If that was really like raw intentions, the person would
only a
not be able to upload this as a video.
reflection from somewhere inside the brightly lit room, distorted by the dark window glass. It could also have been an ordinary object outside that merely resembled a human head. But if nothing was actually there, why did the dog appear so disturbed?
No, there was totally something there because it moved in and backed up. That part we can agree on. There was something there, but that was totally like a stage clip. I'm creeped. I want to move
Was this
on, but
simply
like,
a
what if it's
terrifying
worse?
illusion created by reflections, or was something sinister
The
staring
funny little like back end black skull kind of makes it better though. He makes me feel better a little bit. I don't think I can get him to go away. He makes me feel a little better though. This is like some shit that like the 43-year-old like divorced stepdad be posting. You know what I mean? Like on his Facebook.
into Coffee Crazed?
New profile picture update and it's just this, like this filter over him. You can't even like tell it's him. It's just, and you get, there's like tattoos on it right here and shit.
Home from the darkness.
When playing games on
I'm pretty sure these people's name is just Scary Comp. Okay. Muting the ad while I watch the ad. Ad. Okay. Yeah, these people are just Scary Comp. This was 10 hours ago, so it's not like I'm watching like a super old video. This is only 10 hours. Oh, let me fix my hair. My hair looks like crazy. Okay, sweet. Top comment says first vid. The dog is watching the guy in the mask behind the camera. We only watch the reflection. Yeah, no, 100%. That's what the dog's looking at. Did they not put that together? Okay, what's the next one? The face outside the door. Oh, this lineup's already creepy, dude. Hold up. Go like back like literally like a second. If I like turned around and I like saw like literally anything or like even if somebody was just like waiting there, like just anybody through this space has like a liminality to it already. But I feel like it'd low-key be worse to see something just because you feel like it already looks so cramped in general. Like, it already looks like so condensed in like such a small room in general. Cause just look at like the way that like the door opens. Like if somebody were to come and like try to hurt you, I don't think there's an exit around her. So it looks like, oh my god, I don't even want to think about that, dude. That's creepy.
Toward the distant doorway.
I forgot to mute it, bro. He's saying she's a room. She's saying, he said that she's alone and she feels like she's being watched by somebody from like this doorway. Ooh.
And slowly zoomed in, only to discover that she may not have been alone after all.
There isn't supposed to be anyone else here. Okay, she would not be this nonchalant, though. Is that the scream? Oh, you're being watched by, This, bro, that's... Do you see it? It's like if she went on a diet. It's the same thing. Or like Jeff the Killer. Like, who's like closer? Jeff the Killer? Like a shitty Jeff the Killer Amazon mask? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's like... Ooh, but it does look like her too. In all the wrong... Or in like all the like right creepy ways. But still. That's totally like... You guys are like... Oh my god, y'all are doing numbers this Spirit Halloween. This is a big return on
Peering around the
investment.
edge of the distant doorway is what appears to be a pale, ghostly face. Only part of its head is visible as it remains unnaturally still, silently watching Selena through the narrow glass opening.
Yeah, that would flip me out, bro. But she would not, like, I don't know, I do not think she'd be recording it. I feel like recording it is, like, antagonizing it, you know what I mean? Like, if you start recording something, it knows, ooh, I'm getting, like, goosebumps, I'm not even...
The mysterious
I'm not giving you
lingers
aura.
there for several seconds.
Thank you for the bit. Oh, look at this shit. Look at this damn ass thing. It looks horrifying.
But just before
But it's like, it looks like, Oh, I just had the tabs open. I shut it. It looks like Jeff the Killer and the fat lady from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark if she, like, went on a diet.
It suddenly withdraws behind the wall and vanishes from sight.
Oh, it pulls away? Ooh, seeing it pull away is gonna flip me out. Oh, it's moving.
Perhaps Selena unknowingly recorded
like shaking
another person
around.
attempting to frighten her, or an
Like, what do you mean attempting to frighten her?
ordinary object in the hallway that only resembled a human face from this angle. But if nobody else
No, it totally, like, moved. Whatever it is, it's like, that's creepy. It feels like it totally moved.
was supposed to be inside the building, what was silently peering through the doorway? Was this merely an elaborate prank? Or had Selena captured a sinister apparition watching her from the other side?
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
TikTok user at LegnaniCJ shared a terrifying series of recordings that allegedly began.
Oh, I don't like your house. No, man, not my house! I don't like this house layout. Oh my god. You could show me anything. You could show me Elmo pop up right here and I would, like, literally, like, start screaming and crying.
inside her bedroom.
I'm looking at the funny skeleton.
On June 15th, she
Not
claimed
really.
she had just awakened from a 4-hour nap when an unexplained knocking sound began somewhere beyond her open door.
Did you film this on a fucking goddamn 3DS?
Believing she was alone, she remained in bed and aimed her phone toward the dark hallway. But as she continued recording, something sinister appeared from the shadows.
No, you're tripping, you're tripping, you're tripping. You're tripping, you're tripping, you're tripping. Look right there. It's moving too. No, 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 no. Somebody's totally like, y'all are doing numbers on TikTok, but shit, y'all got the scare. Y'all live in Granny's fucking house. Oh, that's just like, this looks like a dude I would like see in a bar, bro. This guy's like a film student. Don't even fuck with me, man. Look at him.
Partially concealed behind the doorframe, what resembles a pale human face can be seen peering into the bedroom. Dark hair appears to surround its head as it remains unnaturally still, silently watching her.
No, bro, don't. No, he trying to do numbers. Look at him.
To surround its head as it remains unnatural.
Okay. This is just a dude, bro. This is just a guy with those like really tiny curls, and you know he's good at Smash Bros. Look at, bro. Yeah, no, you can tell. He's trying to do I got you fucking 1080p, bro. You're clip farming.
Naturally still, silently watching her from the hallway. No body is clearly visible beneath it. Seconds later, the ghostly face slowly retreats behind the wall and disappears, leaving the doorway completely empty.
Still creepy.
2 days later, the creator
2 days later, bro.
uploaded another disturbing video with the message, "Please, not again." While standing near the kitchen, she noticed another
Bro, you see that shit one time, you're done. And she says, the caption is, "Please tell me I'm not hallucinating." And you have it on camera. And you have it on your phone. And you upload it to the internet. No normal person's doing, and she just makes this one, "Please not again." Like you're like forced to be subjected to it. This is like a brother and a sister, bro. Like literally like clip farming, or two homies clip farming.
Disturbance coming from an adjoining room, still haunted by what she had recorded days earlier.
This looks like fucking Bruno Mars, dude. Don't even bullshit me. Beautiful girls all over the world.
Cautiously approached the doorway to investigate.
Still staying up late gaming solo? With Hacko AI, get the ultimate companion for your playtime.
I don't need an AI woman robot to talk to me and make me feel better about playing video games alone at night. Hold up, that one was good. That one was good. Was the door handle still moving after? If it was, I can't tell if it's still moving or not, but if the door handle's still moving after, that's an awesome fucking detail. That was totally like fishing line or something, but still. And the way that bitch swung open, oh yeah, somebody pulled that motherfucker. No. Nobody. This is how I know it's staged. No one's getting up and going towards the door and looking out of that. If this is me, bro, I'm in the corner like, I'm standing up, bro, I'm looking at the door and I'm literally like, oh, it's about to go down. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking like some like Kung Fu Panda shit.
The distant door appears to slowly move on its own before suddenly closing, even though nobody can be seen standing beside it. The terrified creator.
I know what it is in this moment. Look, this is the perfect cut. This is a really well done video. If you weren't paying attention, you might not know, but she puts the camera towards the ground. The person puts their hand on the door, opens the door, they put the phone to the ground, the person runs out of the closet, and then they walk over and there's nobody there.
Cautiously follows the disturbance through the house and eventually enters a walk-in closet, where several drawers have apparently been pulled open. Yet after searching the cramped space, she finds no intruder hiding.
The scariest part is how your fucking white ass heels are all crumpled up with all that shit, dude. When you have shoes just piled on top of each other, man, just put them next to each other. Just put them, if you put them all next to each other, you'd have enough room for them all to look like nice, organized pairs of shoes.
Among the clothes, only an empty room left in complete disorder.
Yep. That moment, this moment right here. This moment right here. And then the camera goes down. Is the stream quality good? Does the stream look okay? Is it coming out good, or does this all look like pancake quality? Because it's still 4,500, or it's still 1,500 bits smaller than it could be. Or not, yeah, 1,500 smaller. It's good, okay.
According to the creator, the unexplained activity became so disturbing that she eventually moved away from her old home. She hoped that leaving the property would
Okay, that's the biggest bullshit lie I've ever heard. Eventually moved away, and there's no video of like her new home or nothing, or no like hello. It's just like in like a comment section, oh yeah, I got so bad I had to move away. This is Homeboy.
finally end the haunting. But on June 22nd, she uploaded another nighttime recording from
Oh my god, don't even let me debunk this one. If you didn't live in the scariest fucking house I've ever seen in my life, these would have never done numbers, bro. Come on.
behind a set of curtains, claiming that the situation had become far more serious.
Oh no, that's horrifying. That's creepy. That's so creepy. You're fucking with me. That's actually creepy. Did it just say mom? Oh, I just made the Mr. Robinson face, bro. You're creeping me out. Oh, I gotta watch it.
Mom, where were you? Why didn't you save me?
Beyond the curtains, a tall,
Oh my god, bro. Anybody can do this shit. But this damn ass. Ooh, you TikTok MFs, bro. Some of y'all gotta get on Netflix or something with these damn sounds, bro. Because that shit creeps me out, dude.
shadowy figure appears to be
Oh,
standing motionless
okay. No, he's not speeding it up no more.
outside the window. Its dark head and narrow body form an eerie, human-like silhouette against the pale light beyond the glass. The sinister presence never knocks or attempts to enter. It simply remains there, silently watching from
Probably because, like, if he were to put his head out anymore, we'd realize that this is just, like... He literally has a soccer ball in the closet, dude. You can tell by his freaking haircut that this is some guy that plays, like, soccer. And he had soccer balls in his closet. Like, I literally have you profiled as a person. I know what you look like. You can't come any further out because you look like a fucking eraser. And if you were to come any further out, bro, I'd be able to see you.
outside, as though whatever had haunted the previous house had somehow discovered where she was now living.
Mom, Mom, where were you? Why didn't you save me?
The face in the first recording could have belonged to someone hiding in the hallway, while airflow or an uneven hinge may have moved the door in the second video.
Did you just say airflow? Did you say airflow or an uneven hinge? Like, did you even watch the videos they sent you? Or were you just like, please fake something and send it to me? Like, don't even lie. Be like, but there's still a hand.
The final silhouette might
Okay, yeah, no, he doesn't say. I thought maybe I cut him off. He doesn't say anything about it.
simply be an object outside the window, distorted by reflections and darkness. The entire series could also
This shit, like, there was one video that really got me, and it was like, there was like a dog and it ran across from a telephone pole, and like its shadow casted on like the, like way far out, because that telephone pole was like the only form of light. And the way that it casted, it looked like there was like something like ran by, but it was just the dog's shadow. And they were like, what kind of apparition could this be? And they're like, it only shows up, blah, blah. And if you trace it from when the dog runs in front of the light source, it's 1-to-1.
also have been carefully staged, but if the creator genuinely moved away to escape the disturbances,
Yeah, you say, but yeah, if they did genuinely move away, yeah, but there's no proof of that.
how did the same sinister presence seemingly find her again? Were these merely 3 elaborate horror videos?
Oh, so you're telling me this is the new house? No. Oh, okay, I get it. This is supposed to be the new house. No, this is like your grandma's house. This is like the brother and the sister, the 2 brothers or whoever it was, like they were like, we got to go to grandma's for the weekend, and they were like, oh shit, man, I don't want to go to grandma's, and they were like, oh shit, wait, we can say that we moved out of the house. So they just started. They literally like packed it up, bro. I'm telling you.
Or had something paranormal followed her from the old house to the new one?
Ever thought about becoming a teacher? Now is your
The
chance. The
mourner.
program Teachers of Tomorrow, where you can become a certified teacher.
I would never be a teacher.
Reddit user DrySelection421 shared this eerie footage, claiming it was recorded during a funeral in Ireland in 1966.
Oh, you're gonna creep me out with this one. This is gonna be some like found footage type shit. Oh goddamn. In 1966, don't even fool me though. Who's recording a funeral in 1966 in fucking Ireland?
As several mourners solemnly gather around the grave and lower the coffin into the earth, nothing initially seems out of place. Everyone remains focused on the burial, completely unaware that the old camera may have captured something deeply disturbing farther inside the cemetery. This is what was caught.
Oh my god, but did you see that shit? That looked like the little fucking chicken breast. Or like the skeleton, it looked like the little fucking chicken breast running off.
Behind the mourners, a dark, human-like
Look at this shit. This shit's about to go Mach 12.
figure appears among the distant gravestones. Draped in what resembles a long, black cloak, the sinister presence slowly bends toward one of the graves before rising again.
That's totally got to be like a light distortion on like maybe this guy's hand or something from like the way that the camera was.
Its movements seem strangely unnatural, yet nobody attending the funeral turns.
Yeah, the thing is, it looks like it's not like a movement. It looks like it's like tracking. It's got to be something with that camera because it looks like it's like tracked to that spot right there.
Around or
And then look, it blends back into the guy's hand.
reacts, as though the mysterious figure was invisible to everyone except the camera.
Or it was a camera problem. That shit looks like me running to get a fucking grilled cheese burrito. Record time too. It looks like he did a swoop. Like he's like, woo, I'm coming around the corner. Okay, but I've seen it 3 times. You're starting to piss me off.
Perhaps this was simply another mourner tending to a nearby grave, with the poor quality of the decades-old film obscuring their appearance.
Dude, how much
But
more
why
is there to
does the
say about?
figure seem
Oh,
so unnaturally dark? And why does no one acknowledge its presence?
lens
Was this merely a
distortion.
living person distorted by the old camera? Or did the funeral attract a ghostly mourner from beyond the
I'm
grave?
telling you, it's lens distortion.
Old Historic
Hospital.
Harriman Hospital is a historic Tennessee landmark originally built in the 1930s and expanded several times over the decades. The abandoned hospital is already surrounded by disturbing stories of unexplained footsteps, shadowy figures, and restless spirits haunting its empty rooms. But when a surveillance camera was left watching a deserted second-floor corridor, it recorded a slow and chilling disturbance with no visible person nearby.
That's a little weird. I know you have like mankind's shittiest camera, but you're low-key like flipping me out a little bit right now with this damn ass quality. See if This is the reason why we can't prove if ghosts are real or not, because the only people that fucking get videos of it got it on like a Nintendo DS.
At the beginning of the recording, the large wooden door on the right side of the corridor is wide open. Then, without anyone entering the hallway, it slowly begins swinging across the passage. The heavy door continues moving for nearly a minute before coming to rest almost completely closed.
I just don't know what that thing is. If I knew what that thing was, it would be easily explainable, I feel like, because yes, people can push doors. I just don't know what that shit is.
No hand, person, or obvious source can be seen anywhere around it, and the long corridor beyond remains eerily deserted throughout the entire event.
Yeah, that's why it's so scary though, is it's just low-key like scary. It's like an already scary environment. A hospital's like a naturally scary place when the lights are off, because you're like, this is like where you're supposed to go when you're cooked. And if there's nobody here, bro, you're just cooked. Oh, that little dot right there. Flipping me out, bro.
Perhaps a draft, uneven flooring, air pressure changes, or a faulty hinge caused the door to move gradually on its own. The recording could also have been deliberately staged beyond the camera's view, but inside a hospital already associated with death and alleged paranormal activity, the unexplained...
Yeah. Well, I tell, there's, at my job, like, the way the building is, there's, like, doors, and they're so unaligned, like, the shopping carts will push themselves out of, like, the racks that they're in. So, like, you'll push a shopping cart in, and they'll just push themselves out. I don't think that that's necessarily because, like, anything's haunted. I think that it's because the way those shopping carts are made is different from, like, other shopping carts, and then, like, the doors, like, the thing is, like, there's two doors and there's like a corner, and then both of the doors will shut inwards on themselves. So I think it's just like it's gotta be like a dip or something, or the way that like the building is, or the condition. Um, there was something that was creepy though. We get like these like doll toys in, and there was like this little like doll toy we get, and it was motion activated. So every time you walk by it, it'd start like crying, because it was like one of those like toys you like nurture. So like every time you'd walk by it, it would cry. But the thing is, like, we would like be closing, and from like the back of the store after we locked the door, and it'd just be me and the other person, and the manager would like go to the back, and then you'd just be up front, and then all you would hear is like the baby just crying. You know, and there's nobody around to trigger the thing, so you're like, what is like making the thing go off right now? But that was the only thing that like really creeped me out, and even then it could just come down to like the way the toy's made, or like, I don't know, air drafts, AC, pushing like dust particles, any sort of thing, really.
movement becomes far more sinister. Was this simply an old door shifting inside a decaying building, or did an unseen presence silently close?
Them damn buildings settling. Oh, the next one's creepy.
This terrifying recording from a nighttime drive through Oregon. While traveling along a deserted road bordered
Is that a damn ass salamander?
by dense forest, someone inside the vehicle noticed a strange presence among the trees. They slowed down just long enough to record it, but whatever stood beyond the roadside looked disturbing enough that they refused to leave the vehicle or investigate.
Don't stop the car. Don't stop the car.
What'd you see?
Frick is that?
What?
You said nope, not checking, like you didn't stop the car and start recording, bro. Fucking move.
It's behind that tree.
Do you guys have the survival instincts of a guinea pig? If I seen this, why are you recording?
Niana, what is that?
What does it look like to you, Anna? It's a person!
What?
Across the road, a tall, pitch-black figure appears to be standing beside a large tree. Its narrow body forms an eerie, human-like silhouette, but no face, clothing, or recognizable features can be seen.
Staged. Easily staged. This one's not even scary,
The mysterious
because I could go outside and do this shit right now. on my own. I wouldn't even need a person to make it scarier, bro. I'm telling you, like.
Presence remains unnaturally still as the vehicle passes, partially concealed by the trunk, as though it had been lurking there and watching the road from the darkness. Carol Ann says they immediately drove away without looking back.
You shouldn't have stopped. Yeah, no, literally. That's literally the exact look I'd have. Why would you stop the car? And how would you notice that there was something going on? And if I'm walking through the woods and I see like a figure, like a black figure walking through the woods, and I'm driving my car by and I'm going down the road and I'm like going 35, I'm not gonna slam my brakes and stop and be like, you will get killed. You will die. There are people, you don't even know why people are out there. There's a reason those people are out there. You don't know what they're doing, if it's good or bad.
What did you
What
see?
frick is that?
What? It's behind that tree.
Nana, what is that?
Paying for a dozen different AI subscriptions? That's over
No, I would never pay for AI.
$3,000 a year. Stop. Meet the new AI playground inside PixArt.
Perhaps the ominous shape was merely a broken branch, a shadow cast across the tree, or an ordinary person standing beside the road. But its tall, featureless appearance makes it difficult to identify, and raises the chilling question of why anyone would remain motionless in those isolated woods at night. Was this simply a terrifying illusion created by darkness and passing headlights?
No, that's staged. What is this next one? An exploration? Oh, an exploration's
Or did
next?
Carol Ann unknowingly record something sinister waiting beside the road?
Ghost of the
TikTok
Factory.
user Scary Night shared this chilling footage, reportedly recorded by a worker during his first night shift inside a factory. While patrolling the enormous building alone, he hears a mysterious noise coming from a dark and isolated
At least this flashlight isn't shitty. I don't know, it's not really getting in there. That would not do me good, but
section of the property. Believing someone may be lurking nearby, he cautiously follows the sound toward a closed door.
I would like to have a security job, but when you're alone at night, it does suck. And it's like easier said than done, because it's like you wouldn't have to interact with people, but like your security job's easy 95% of the time until there is somebody in there, and then what do? You know what I mean? And you just pray it's not like teenagers trying to have fun.
Aware that a sinister presence is about to reveal itself behind him.
What the heck?
Yeah, this one's heavy. I'm here, all by myself.
Okay, yeah. Or is this just every video has been I think every video in this compilation has been the same thing. Yeah. Is this like the slow-mo, like... Okay, in this moment, what are you doing? If it's me, it looks like a girl. Okay? If the guy was actually security, he would be yelling at the person. In this moment, because you gotta play the authority, and you're the security guard, and I'm looking at this person, I see it's a woman. It looks like just a woman, like, dragging her head. If that's a woman, I'm, like, getting mad because I'm scared, too, and because it's a woman on top of that, and I'm the security guard. So I feel like I'm already in, like, an advantageous position to be like, get the out. You know what I mean? Like, if I see this, I'm gonna start screaming immediately. I'm gonna be like, hey! You know what I mean? I'll be like, get out of there! Like, I'm gonna make myself big. You know what I mean? I'm immediately in that moment, like, piling up, and I'm gonna start, like, trying to, like, scare the person, and assume that that's, like, a person and not a ghost. But it would creep me out if, like, because they could play that back and, like, move their head back and just start laughing and running away, and that would be even creepier to me. You know what I mean? It'd just be like an aura battle. He was like, okay, the video's not scary, so I'm gonna put one sound effect over it, play the full clip, play a second set of sound effects over it, play the whole clip, and then play a third set of sound effects over it and play the whole clip. Stop strumming that damn thing! There's a person right there, can't you see?
The worker approaches the door and carefully checks it, attempting to discover what caused the unexplained disturbance. But while his attention remains fixed on the doorway, a faint, ghostly apparition briefly appears farther down the corridor.
Are you explaining the
behind him.
clip to me after you showed
The
it to me 3
pale,
times?
human-shaped figure seems partially transparent as it silently emerges from the darkness.
That's not transparency at all.
Moments later, the sinister presence vanishes without making a sound. The worker never notices it and eventually walks away, completely unaware that something terrifying may have been watching him.
I'm here.
No, he's supposed to be security, so he had to record it and not notice it so he wouldn't have to like play it off like a security guard would.
All by myself.
All by myself.
The mysterious shape could have been another worker standing farther down the corridor, or an ordinary object distorted by darkness, poor video quality, and the camera's movement. The recording may also have been carefully staged, but if the worker truly was alone, who or what silently appeared behind him while he checked the door? Was this merely a shadow resembling a person, or did the camera capture a sinister apparition haunting
You don't need to talk this much about it. It's pretty like open and shut.
the factory during his first night shift?
Behind
TikTok
her.
creator at Bernard
Oh, I know this is staged. Let me get my Gatorade. It's gonna be something up there in that freaking doorway behind her or whatever. Let me. Oh hell.
Pancake Zero was recording herself while casually ranting inside her bedroom. At first,
She's probably like talking about some shit that you talk about when you're like ad-libbing. She's probably like, oh, I'm so annoyed with math class today. I can't believe that my mom grounded my iPad and Tyler's really pissing me off. And then someone's going to pop up in the background and she's going to be like, ah!
nothing seemed unusual, but midway through the video, a faint disturbance behind her suddenly interrupted the recording, leaving her visibly unsettled and questioning whether something paranormal might be inside the house.
Weird. People are gonna wear what they want to wear. Oh, my power just went out. Wait, no it didn't. The f. I don't know what just... Bro. What the f. Okay, I don't know what just happened, but anyway. Did you guys see that? Anyway,
She goes, did you guys see that? Like, if this is any real girl, I feel like after the thing goes off twice in a row and then a hallway light goes off, I feel like if this is a girl, she's gonna be freaked out. She's like smiling. She goes, anyway.
where was I? I seen the video about the people bashing.
Anyway. Like, bro, you were the worst at playing this shit off.
Anyway,
Anyway, Stupid shit, dude.
where was I? I seen the video about the people bashing. I seen the Halloween bashing. Halloween bashing. Like, people just scary.
Is this in 2 times speed or did he? Okay, he put that there.
Who cares? I don't care. I mean,
While the creator speaks directly to the camera, the partially open door behind her appears to slowly shift, without anyone touching it. She suddenly hears or senses the movement and cautiously turns to inspect the doorway, but no person can be seen nearby. The dark room beyond appears completely deserted. Moments later, another subtle disturbance draws her attention back toward the same doorway, as though an unseen presence is lingering just outside the bedroom.
like, bro, what the f is going on?
Because why are you people leaving your bedroom door open? I just don't get it. I mean, people feel like secure in their house and that's awesome or whatever. I've never in my life been a person to keep my bedroom door open. I keep it shut and I keep it locked. I don't understand these people who just feel so inclined to just share their energy with the rest of the household and just open up the door. And just, yeah. That's like creepy because there could be anything, or if whatever I'm doing and I'm saying whatever I want to say, and people are out there, and like it's like my mom, and I'm like on, you know what I mean, the phone with my friend. It's like, oh my gosh, dude, I do not want my mom hearing what I'm talking about with my friends. You know what I mean? And I haven't lived with like my mom. I live on my own. But just like the situation of living with people or like being a kid and like living with your parents and choosing to leave your door open does not make sense to me. It's never made sense. Like are you just, do you not want privacy? Do people just I don't know.
I think my house is haunted. It's not even like raining outside or anything. It's not my power.
At this moment she's just like folk. She's like, she's not even like, she goes, it's not my power. And then instead of getting up and shutting the door, she just goes. Like, yeah, bro. Let's not get up, shut, and lock our door because we just deduced that it's not the power. Let's say, well, it can't be my power. So, like, doesn't make sense, dude.
I'm alone. What the is going on?
Perhaps the door was moved by airflow, an uneven floor, or a loose hinge, while ordinary noises elsewhere in the house made the moment feel more sinister. The video could also have been staged for entertainment, but if nobody else was near...
Was that it? That was it? Oh, I need to find another one. I don't want to watch the One Direction movie. I don't even think I'm allowed to watch. I don't even think I'm allowed to watch the One Direction movie. I don't even think that that's like a thing. It's probably like copyrighted. Should I do one of these? Let me just look up scary videos. Scary Files Volume 3. The scariest videos with
Ideas move.
Are you allowed to do the scary stories? I think I can do scary stories. Yeah, I think I can listen to people say like scary stories. Let me look up. Let me see if there's any scary story reading. I could probably read them or listen to a reading. This is 10 true, terrifying, scary stories. Reading scary stories. Compilation of scary stories. 1 hour of scary Reddit no sleep stories. We're gonna, I feel like 10, I feel like this one's good. Oh, the other ones? Like the Creepcast ones? Like react to like Creepcast? I don't know. I don't know if I am or not. It's a reaction to a reading of a story written by somebody else. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think you can. I'd be like, are you able to react to a podcast? Yes. No. Okay, no. Am I able to react to a podcast? Yes, you can react to podcasts, but the exact feature depends on the platform you are listening to. This is how you interact via Twitch and YouTube. Yes, you can react to a podcast on Twitch and YouTube provided you make your content transformative by adding my own commentary, posits, and insights to fall under fair use. Okay, so I could totally do that. Let me go to Creepcast. Creepcast! Creepcast. I need to find one like shorter. I don't think I can sort them by length. I've also seen a ton of these. Help, I'm trapped in a sitcom. Necro sleep. Something strange about my neighbor. Rat King is short enough. Turn it off. I've seen a little bit of. Drumming in the Clouds. That one looks freaking awesome. There's a best of, which is 11 hours and 34 minutes. I found the bunker of a prepper family. I have to like the story name. I have to be like caught at the story name. Dreams Beneath the Witch Tree sounds cool. That actually does sound really cool. Dogscape. The Whistlers. Journal of an Unknown Soldier. Smiling Ones on Space Station Mir. That one sounds cool. Smiling Ones on Space Station Mir. Room 733. I started it, but I could restart it. That's a shorter one that looks like okay. I Talk to God is 117. That's cool. Okay, Space Station Mir or I Talk to God. Which one sounds better? I'll look and see if there's any more. But I feel like those two. The ocean is much deeper than we thought. We could do that one. This one I've watched and it's so funny and I love watching this one. I've watched this one twice and failed. I Talk to God. It's about a near-death experience. If it's about a near-death experience. Well, I guess we'll have to like listen to find out.
Finding a therapist you actually connect with can feel like a lot to ask, but 82% of BetterHelp members.
We gotta go to ZocDoc. Okay, let me skip around. They don't start. I like the stairs in the woods. That's awesome.
Welcome back to Creepcast. Today we are doing a little double-headed feature, starting off with one of the stories that is in...
Is this a two-story? This might be a two-story.
Our subreddit, r/Creepcast, called Esoteric Isotopes, which I don't...
Esoteric Isotopes! Okay, I need to figure out when they do the other... Or let me hear what this one's about, but I Talk to God sounds cooler to me. I feel like if I'm already watching something, these people are really good, like Wendigoon and Meat King are both good at, like, drawing me into, like, a story, even if I don't like the name.
Like that, isotopes are Yui Yucky Yucky Num Num Time.
Yui Yucky Time.
Yui, yeah, isotopes. Isotopes are like the little fucking fish bugs, right?
No, that's isopods.
Oh, well, okay. Well, then I see we're out of yucky fun time. We're out of
breath escaping my lungs.
Let me read the first sentence of this. Turn it up. Yeah, I can turn it up. It's down like 20 deaths. I'm gonna turn it like...
I was ever a religious man, and even now in my final hours...
Too loud or good?
I reached out to no God. I said no prayers to fall upon absent ears.
This could be it. This could be it. Okay, let me go back. Maybe I missed him as well. Let me make sure I didn't miss any of it.
Not sure if it's this week. Can't really. I don't know. But a new merch is coming. So all the people that have been fiending for some new fabric, let me tell you, the new fabric we have is quite legit, and it is very isopod coated. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Esoteric Isotopes. Esoteric
Yucky,
Isotopes.
Oh, dude, it's gonna kill you to say this first line.
All right.
I don't know. He said it was a double feature, so I feel like this isn't the right story, but I mean, okay, let me just shut up and listen to the reading.
Was never a very religious man.
But it could be. Yeah, I feel like we should just listen to it because this could be the God story, even though it's called Esoteric Isotopes. It sounds like it has to do with, like, talking to God. That's my guess. And my voice cracked. That's my guess in advance is that this is about talking to, like, God or something claiming to be God. But it's, like, malicious.
It's gonna kill you.
Clip that.
I made a joke a while back that you're the person VeggieTales warned me about, but you are in like the Saturday morning cartoon way of like, go ahead, say the bad word. Say the bad word where your mom will hear. I was never a very religious man. Hell, I wasn't even a very good man.
Please clip that.
Most
Clip
of my
all
life was lived.
Okay, he wasn't a good person. I'm trying to get some of it. I feel bad because it's like they have their own commentary and then you have to layer commentary on the commentary of the commentary and pertain it to the story.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for the clippers for doing that. All right, that's the last time I'm saying it, unless there's another great one. But that's just awesome.
Well, you just want a clip of me saying I'm not a good man.
I wasn't a very good man.
I wasn't a very good man.
Hell, okay. Most of my life was lived in direct contrast to almost every tenet of any religion. I sat there listening to the raspy breath escaping my lungs. I was never a religious man, and even now in my final hours, I reached out to no God. I said no prayers to fall upon absent ears. All I could think about was my life and the events that put me here.
I wonder what happened to him. I know that's what like you're supposed to think, but like
Spring of 1969.
Oh, this shit's a while back. This is like dated.
Ooh, is this a little Vietnam story? I hope so. I awoke in the morning after a night of terrible sleep and stretched out as far as the space of the small cot would afford me to. I slid myself up and over its edge, slipping my feet into
I can't turn it. Let me see.
my black combat boots. Oh, it is. The chatter of over a dozen other men drowned out any private thoughts I might have had, which was fine because a strange feeling of sadness had overcome me. Popping open a small trunk, I retrieved my uniform and donned it, buttoning the olive green shirt over my white undershirt.
Slay.
As I walked over to the edge of the tent, what?
I just said slay after the it just seemed like he was serving real cunt there with the olive green shirt over the white undershirt. I just thought he was slaying.
Olive green with the white undershirt is a fit. I have a white tank top. It's not olive green, but like I feel like you could totally make it work if you tried. If I'm like at the age where I would start trying to wear olive green. I feel like it's like it's not like a beginner difficulty collar to wear, especially for women. But like as a like how many times are you showing up to somebody's house in like an olive green outfit or like a dark green outfit? Like this has nothing to do with the story. But realistically, you got to be like, I don't know, you have to have a sense. Just put on a scary Reddit story. Really? You want me to just do one of those instead? I mean, I was like having, they do talk a ton. You got to be able to like take it in. Oh. I do feel bad abandoning it though. I love these guys. I read a scary story for 30 minutes while playing Minecraft. Okay.
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store.
I won't just have to listen to the story. I can get some Minecraft going on here. He sounds a little loud. I'm gonna turn my volume to like...
Guys, thanks for 25k subscribers. That's awesome. Seriously, guys, thank you so much for your support on the channel recently. I love making these videos and I have zero plans of stopping. Anyways, I've got a story to read you guys today, so let's go ahead and get right down to business. Today's story is from r/nosleep from user madnoodles1989. Every missing child becomes a street name. I review digital maps for a living.
Every missing child becomes a street name?
so I know roads don't appear by accident, especially not roads named after my dead brother. The ticket came in at
Oh, it got his brother?
8:42 on a Tuesday, while I was eating cold toast over my keyboard and pretending I hadn't slept badly again. The subject line was boring enough that I almost skipped it. Field verification required. Eli V. Street. Spam, I thought. Then a cruel joke. Then one of those small disagreements that happen when county parcel data and a private mapping company stop trusting each other. Except the
Yeah, no, I'm a little lost with that wording.
road was in Mercy P, my hometown, and Eli V was my brother. He disappeared in 2003. 6 years old, blue popsicle in his right hand, standing
He
outside
disappeared. He got slimed with a blue popsicle like this, standing on a street corner.
B's Market while I went around the side of the building to talk
He was
to
at
some kids
Bucky's. He's back at Bussy's.
I wanted to impress. I was 12. He was supposed to wait 5 minutes. That was the number I gave the police. 5 minutes. It became the number everyone handed back to me. You were only gone 5 minutes. A lot can happen in 5 minutes. You were a child too. People say things like that because they need tragedy to have edges. A beginning, a middle, an end. 5 minutes is small enough to hold in your mouth. It sounds like an accident.
People are really grasping for wording, I feel like. Who says 5 minutes is small enough to hold in your mouth? I don't like the wording of that. I'm just going to come out and say that.
I opened the ticket. Eli V. Street appeared on 3 independent sources: County GIS, USPS address verification, and 1 commercial satellite layer. According to the metadata, it was a residential access road running north off Junie B Road, just past the old subdivision line.
Junie
The
B.
satellite
It's gonna, bro. He's gonna be like, bro, did you take Stephen S on a Chris W? And it's gonna get to the point where it's just like, oh, dude, I took Vanidia B on the Whitney M. One for Bussies. I'm back at Bussy. Got a big old cup of Bussy sauce and a Bussy juice and.
image showed trees. The county layer
I
showed
tell
12
you what, hooting is the gateway drug to hollering.
lots. USPS listed 4 active addresses. A note from another contractor read, "Local government confirms road exists. Requires field validation." I was still staring when the navigation
Bit by bit, bro.
preview loaded. A woman's pleasant artificial voice came through my laptop. In 200 feet, turn left onto Eli V. I hit mute hard enough to make my coffee jump. I hadn't been back to Mercy P in 14 years. Not for my mother's surgery, not for the reunion, not when they found a child's jacket near the old quarry and asked families to submit fresh DNA. I mailed mine from 3 states away and threw up in the post office bathroom afterward. I told my manager I would verify the road in person. She said fine if I wrapped it up by Friday. "Everything okay?" she asked. "Just a weird data thing," I said.
And review the road in person. A road like named at review the road named after his dead brother, or
That was always how Mercy P started. As a weird thing. A small wrongness you could explain as long as you didn't look at it straight on. The drive was 4 hours. Interstate, then county highway, then 2-lane road that used to make me
okay, so Mercy P is like a road or like a place he has to drive. Okay.
carsick because Eli would lean across my lap to count cows out my window. He always cheated.
That shit would piss me off.
Brown one, white one. That one's 2. It has spots. That's not how counting works. It's how mine works. At the town line, my rental's GPS chimed and recalculated, though I hadn't missed a turn. The screen flashed, "Welcome to Mercy P," and beneath it, for half a second, something else appeared. I only caught the first word. Remember. Then it was
Remember?
gone.
What do you like? I don't. Mercy. Is it like something to do with like remember the people? Are they like? I don't know. Are they like trying to appease like these like dead like kids or something?
I pulled into the gas station by the old grain elevator. They'd painted the elevator white since I left, and the paint was already peeling. Gray, showing through like a bone. A new coffee kiosk advertised oat milk, which felt obscene somehow, like a vape shop in a cemetery. The cashier had silver hair and a Mercy P. Cardinal sweatshirt. She looked at me, then looked again. People there recognized me by subtraction. Not my face, not at first. The missing boy around it. "You're Helen V's girl," she said.
You. Just you. Building your app.
Or so they were gonna refer to both. Oh god.
On base 44.
I hadn't used any.
It's gonna kill me because they were gonna refer to roads as people names and people as people names, and when you can't see it wrote out and like the difference in the text, you gotta like really like pay attention.
One used my mother's name in
Me too, dude.
years. "Mara," I said. Recognition crossed her face, then pity, then caution, in that order. "Back for the house?" "Work." I bought a bottle of water I didn't want. When the receipt printed, she folded it before handing it to
Why are you buying a bottle of water you don't want? That's stupid shit, dude. That's performative.
me, like it carried something indecent. I looked anyway. 2 Junie B Road, corner of Junie B and Eli V. "This isn't right," I said. The cashier glanced toward the window. "Receipts get funny sometimes. Eli V Street doesn't exist." She smiled, not unkindly, not cruelly either, like a woman who had already survived this conversation with other people. Roads don't need you to believe in them. I left the water on the counter. The afternoon had gone dim in that Midwestern way that feels more like a mood than weather. Clouds sat low
So
over the
does that-
soybean field.
Does that like imply that it's not like the first time somebody's come through and like had the thing where it says like remember on the road? And that's like the second time that's gotten brought up, and that's why she's like, it's got like a few, it's like played out, is what I'm getting, is that this has like happened before. It's totally not like the first time. But it's like people like going and looking as well, I feel like.
Fields. I drove toward the north edge of town. Mercy P was smaller than I remembered, but grief does that. As a child, your town is the world. As an adult, you come back and find 3 stoplights, a church sign, a Dairy Queen, in a field where someone's dog died. The old streets were still there. Mercer A, Pine S Road, Quarry C. Then I saw the first child's name. Hannah G. Lane. White letters, green sign. Hannah G. disappeared when I was 8. Everyone knew the story because her mother had been baking a birthday cake.
I mean, it's cool that like they're like playing into the idea of like stuff getting named after kids. And it was always really tragic when you'd be like a kid and go to like a playground named after another kid. And you found out that they were really just kids that just didn't get to have like, you know what I mean, an adulthood or like a true childhood or even teenage years. It's crazy.
And sent her outside for being underfoot. 10 minutes. My mother used to drive past their house with both hands locked on the wheel. "Don't stare," she told me once. But Eli stared. Eli always stared. "Where'd she go?" he asked. My mother said, "Somewhere we can't help her." I didn't understand how strange that answer was.
What do you mean? When you ask your mom where did she go and she responds with somewhere we can't help her, why are we living in this town? If they're taking places to people where we can't help them, what are we doing here? Or what are you doing here, more importantly? I think it said that we moved out or something.
Until much later. Then came Caleb S. Caleb N. Gone from a bus stop in 96. Lily M.C., 5 years old, last seen in her grandmother's yard. Thomas O. Way, missing from the fall festival. I pulled over before Junie B Road and searched each name on the county map. All active. Residential, rural access, publicly maintained. The records claimed Hannah G. Lane had been established in 1987. Hannah disappeared in 95. I went to the sheriff's office because some childish part of me still believed buildings with flags in front of them had to tell you the truth. The sheriff wasn't the one from my childhood. That man had died of pancreatic cancer. This one was younger than I expected. Broad-shouldered, tired-eyed, with a wedding ring he kept turning with his thumb. His nameplate read DM. You're Mara V, he said before I could introduce myself. Everyone keeps doing that. You look like your mother. I'm sorry to hear it.
What's like it with his mom's reputation? Have they even explained why people don't like his mom?
Something almost like a smile crossed his face, then vanished. I showed him my badge, the ticket, the data. I need to verify whether Eli V Street physically exists, I said, and why it's named that. He leaned back. On the wall behind him hung a framed civic map of Mercy P, laminated and sun-faded, the kind in every municipal building. I scanned it before I could stop myself. There it was. A thin gray line branching north off Junie B Road. Eli V Street.
He's talked about that damn... This is such an unforgettable name. This Junie B Road. This name. Nobody's named Junie. So every time he talks about this road, I remember it. And then he talks about how he doesn't, like, know if this is real and he couldn't find it or whatever, and he needs to find out. You talked about this road like 20 times. And you didn't realize that this shit was right off the side of it, but you're like, this damn road.
I want that map, I said. No. You don't even
You can take a fucking picture of the map, dude. Think about it.
know what I'd do with it. I know what people do with maps. The sentence sat between us. My brother disappeared 23
Yeah, Junie B. Jones. Junie's this... Junie... I don't know. I don't think it's Uncle June. That's what I think about. I think about Uncle June.
years ago, I said. I know. Then why is there a road named after him? He looked down at his desk. Under the glass blotter was a child's drawing. Yellow sun, stick figures, a dog too big for the house beside it. In the corner, in careful letters, someone had written Ben. Don't go there after dark, he said.
Writing a book is hard. Knowing if it's good, even harder. Neat manuscript analysis.
Official recommendation? No. Then what? He looked at me. A lesson this town learned badly. I almost laughed. You people rehearse this?
I'm so confused.
If you see something you remember, don't stop for it. That's your advice? No, he said. That's what I failed to do. He slid a business card across the desk. His number was handwritten on the back. If the road starts using your voice, he said, call me. I left without the card.
He said if the road starts using your voice, call me. Okay, I'm too invested. I'm too invested. I can't just keep starting and not finishing. I'm like in the hall. You like gotta let it cook. Even if it's a bad story, it's a story.
Then came back for it 30 seconds later. The planning office shared a brick building with the library and smelled like toner and old carpet. I told the clerk I was there about Eli V Street. From the back room, someone dropped a mug. A minute later, June T came out. I hadn't seen June since we were 17, when she told me at the graduation party that leaving Mercy P wouldn't fix what was wrong with me. She'd aged the same way some people do. The same face kept under time, like a room that never changes its wallpaper. Sharp cheekbones, thin mouth, eyes that made you feel she'd already corrected your version of events in her head. Mara. June. Heard you were in town. I got here 2 hours ago. Small town. Apparently getting bigger. Her eyes flicked to the clerk. Come back. Her office had no photographs, just binders, file cabinets, zoning maps, and a dead plan on the windowsill. I shut the door. You know why I'm here, I said. Eli's Road. My stomach turned at how
That block was invisible.
easily she said it. You say that like it's normal. Nobody said normal. I need the development records. You won't find any. I have county authorization. Mara. The way she said my name made me hate her again. Not because it was cruel, because it was tired. She took a keyring from her drawer. You remember the maps we used to draw on? She asked. No.
So who's naming these roads? It's like they're like driving on all these damn ass roads and they can't like stop all the roads from popping up, but like when people ask about it, they're just like pissed off. Cause the one road's named about the guy, the Eli V road, that's his dead brother, and he's trying to figure out why it's called that. because I don't think anybody like ever approved of it.
Oh, at B's, behind the soda machines, Tommy B stole county maps from his dad's office. We drew fake.
Does it really matter though? Like if you approved, it's still like a road named after your brother, bro. Or if like you were just entitled and that was some other like kid that died with the same name, or some other Eli V.
Fake roads on them. The room seemed to tilt. I remembered the soda machines, the alley behind B's where the pavement was always sticky. June at 12, chewing grape gum, bored by everything. I didn't remember the maps. She watched me not remember. Convenient, she said. Don't. You came here wanting someone else to be guilty. My brother disappeared. I know. You think I forgot that? No, June said. I think you remembered it the way you could live with it. I almost left then. I wish I had.
I'd be pissed, bro. What do you mean? Remembered it the way you could live with it? I would literally, like, if I pulled up trying to find out some shit, and somebody was like, oh, maybe that's just the way you needed to remember it so you could live with it. I'd be like, I'm feeling you out. You know what I mean? I'm moving my jab around. I got head movement. I'm thinking about doing the right. I might take it to the body. You know what I mean? Like, you are pissing me off. If you're being condescending and you know I have a dead brother and I'm asking you about the county records concerning my dead brother or my dead sibling, if anybody's talking shit to me, I'm raising hell.
Instead, I followed her through a locked archive to a cabinet labeled Historic Plats, Decommissioned Routes. She set a flat cardboard box on the table. Inside were folded maps. Some official, some photocopied. Some drawn by children. The one she handed me had been creased soft as cloth.
There's something with kids. It says maps drawn by kids.
Its edges furred from handling. Across the top, in blue marker, was a title in handwriting I knew before I understood why. Go Somewhere Else Game. It was Mercy P., 2003. But in the blank spaces around the town, children had drawn roads in crayon and pen and pencil. Loops, dead ends, lines cutting straight through fields and houses. Every road had a name. Not street names, people. Mrs. H, Coach R, Caleb's dog, Stupid T, Mom when she yells. And there.
Yeah, bro. I'm out here on Caleb's dog. In about 2.5 miles, we need to turn on a Stupid T, but I always miss the turn on the Mom when she yells. And it pisses me the fuck off because the road on Mom when she yells is all gravel for miles. And it's just potholes and shit. So you're like, doom, doom, doom. And that's why we name the road Mom when she yells. Because the car makes the same sound.
North of Junie V Road, in my 12-year-old block letters, Eli V. I touched the paper. Something rose from it. Blue raspberry, dust, hot pavement. My mouth flooded like I was going to be sick. June looked away.
Dust and hot pavement? Blue raspberry, dust and hot pavement? What does that even mean?
First. We all played, she said. I shook my head. You wrote people down when you wanted them somewhere else, she said. Not dead, not hurt, just away.
Oh, so people would like write the names when you were pissed off at somebody. That's why it's Stupid T. That's why the names were like. That's why the names were evil. Maybe bro was like at a sleepover and like the dog like chewed up like the Xbox remote or something. And that's why they were like, fuck it. Caleb's dog on the map.
I wanted to ask who she had written. I didn't need to. Behind her desk, through the window, Junie B Road turned sharply where, according to every old map I had ever trusted, it should have kept going straight. I folded the map with shaking hands. You knew, I said. I suspected. You all did. Mara, every town has missing children. Not every town names streets after them. She flinched. Good. Then she said, very softly, Eli's road doesn't end where he disappeared. I stopped. It ends where he was trying to go. B's Market was still.
It ends where he was trying to go. How do you know where he was trying? Okay, I guess I'll just let it play out.
There, though it hadn't been B's in years. Mercy F and F now. Lottery sign in the window, firewood by the door. The soda machines were gone. The alley wasn't.
So, the town they live in, I think is called Mercy. Or the place where they live, the hometown's like Mercy, I think. And then the roads are people. And then when they're referring to other people, the first time, I think they'll say their full name. And then they'll just do their first name for like every other reference. I think.
Parked badly and stood on the cracked sidewalk where I'd left him. The world hadn't marked the place. Some part of me had always expected it to. I closed my eyes, and his voice came back so clearly I turned around. If I wait, can I pick the cereal? He'd been wearing the green dinosaur shirt with the hole near the collar from where he'd shoot it when he was nervous. Blue mouth from the popsicle, one front tooth missing, tongue working the gap. I was embarrassed by him. That's the ugliest true thing about my life, and for years I dressed it in softer words. I was distracted. I was young. I wanted 5 minutes. No. I was embarrassed by how openly he loved me. The way he...
So you killed him and put him on a road? Damn it.
He followed me. The way he thought I was the safest person in the world.
And that pissed you off?
When I was a mean, frightened girl, desperate to be chosen by anyone else.
It was a little sister. Oh, it was a big sister and a little brother. And the little brother looked up to the big sister, and the big sister was like, screw off.
The older kids had been by the alley, June among them. A silver CD player playing something tinny. Someone laughed when they saw Eli holding the hem of my shirt. You brought your shadow again? June said. I heard the rest of it now. Not like memory
Is this a story about like where they were trying to go?
Usually comes, blurred and merciful. Sharp. I told Eli to wait. He asked about the cereal. I said yes. He smiled. Then June held out the map. Write him down. Give him his own road. I remembered laughing. I remembered taking...
That person that they were talking to is the same person they just spoke to. But this is back when they were kids and they had the little brother. And she was like, put him on a road, bruh.
The marker. I remembered Eli trying to see. Is that my road? Yeah. Can it go to our house?
Oh, damn. They cursed his ass.
House? Sure, whatever. Then I wrote his name. Not because I believed in anything, because for one clean, poisonous second, I wanted to know what it felt like to walk somewhere he couldn't follow. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. I answered without thinking. Where are you? Mercer asked. Bees. Leave. I remembered. Then leave faster. What is Eli V Street? Static crackled between us. A child's road, he said. What does that mean? It means he's still trying to get somewhere. The sky had gone dark without my noticing.
Still trying to get somewhere?
In the
What is... Oh, that's creepy. So it means all the kids were trying to go?
dark glass of the storefront, behind my own reflection, a small boy stood by the ice freezer. Blue mouth, dinosaur shirt, looking at the alley. Not at me. I turned. No one. Mara, Mercer said. His voice was lower now. If you go there, the road will give you what you deserve. That's not the same as the truth.
Oh. That's totally like a different... This is like a spiritual thing. It has to be. Or like a psychological message thing. Because there's nobody around.
Truth. The line dropped. My GPS chimed. Eli V Street, 12 minutes. I don't remember deciding to go. That sounds like an excuse, and maybe it is. But there are moments when guilt becomes a steering wheel. You can take your hands off it. It turns anyway. Junie B Road ran north past the last of the new houses with their identical porches, then narrowed between fields, then trees. No streetlights, no mailboxes, just weed-choked ditches and the gray suggestion of forest beyond. At 6:03, the GPS said, in 400 feet, turn left onto Eli V. Don't say his name, I whispered. In 200 feet, turn left onto Eli V. There was no road. Then there was. Not appearing, not materializing through fog, just suddenly undeniable, as if my eyes had
Oh, that's so weird.
been refusing it and finally gave up. A narrow paved lane opened between two walls of trees. The sign at the corner looked new. Rainwater clung to it, though it hadn't rained. Eli V Street. Below it hung a smaller yellow sign I've never seen on any road anywhere.
You either spend hours modeling them in Blender. I generated them using Trippo. You can generate a 3D model.
What's the point in generating it?
No outlet unless remembered. I turn in. The blacktop was smooth and new. My headlights washed over the ditch grass. The GPS went silent. My phone lost service. Then the smell came through the vents. Blue raspberry. The road curved and the trees fell away.
He said, earlier they said blue raspberry hot cement, talking about like the map that was drawn. And maybe it has something to do with the kid. Or no, it was the popsicle, the damn blue raspberry popsicle, wasn't it? I think maybe that's what it is that damn popsicle refers to like the brother. And now that they're on the road about the brother, like the smell of like the popsicle that he had like when he disappeared, it's like coming through like the vents.
Bees Market stood ahead of me, lit by a late afternoon sun that didn't reach my car. The old red sign was back, one fluorescent tube flickering. The soda machines leaned against the wall. A small boy sat on the curb, kicking his heels. He didn't look up. His popsicle dripped blue onto the concrete, drop after drop. But instead of running to the gutter, the stain stretched out along the road ahead of me. A thin blue line.
Is that the little brother?
Leading on. I almost opened the door. The boy lifted his head. It wasn't Eli, not exactly. It was my memory of him, which was worse. Too bright, too clear. 6 years old forever, made if the pieces of my guilt had polished until they shone. His mouth moved, and through the closed window I heard him. If I wait, can I pick the cereal? I drove. The market vanished behind me, and the road became a school hallway. My tires rolled soundlessly over beige tile. Blockers ran down below.
That does suck. That's such a like Bill and Georgie thing to like do. Like how Pennywise will pull the guilt. It's literally a very similar thing where it's like you have like your like dead brother. The first thing he says to you, and like so like you know it's not your brother. Because like the first thing he says to you and however long is like, can I pick the cereal? It's like, no. It's like if you could say anything to me, it would not be, if I wait, can I pick the cereal?
Both sides. My headlights made no sense there, but they still cut forward, trembling over classroom doors and bulletin boards. Every drawing on the walls was a road. Some went into houses, some into lakes, some into open mouths. None reached anything. They were the careful, patient work of children who kept getting the way home wrong and kept trying again. At the far end, Eli stood with his backpack on, too big for him, red straps, a dinosaur clipped to the zipper. He was checking the classroom doors. One, then the next, then the next. The way you search a building for someone who was supposed to be there. He had walked those doors before. I understood that, the way you understand things in dreams, completely and all at once. He had searched for me in places I had never been.
Damn, it's very sad.
Because those were the only places he knew how to imagine. Eli.
The only places he knew how to imagine. Damn.
I said. He turned. His face opened with relief. Not fear. Relief. He started toward the car. Not running, just walking.
Relief is good. Maybe relief, but it said not fear. I don't know. Relief does sound good. I was gonna say maybe it's relieved because it like doesn't have to look for him and it's like a malevolent thing, but I don't know. It also says he's trying to go somewhere.
Sure of me now. I put my foot down because if you reached the door, I wouldn't open it, and if I opened it, I would never leave. For a few seconds, the distance between us refused to close, no matter how fast I went. That was the most frightening thing yet. Not that he was chasing me, that he couldn't catch up. Then the hallway snapped back into road. I was crying too hard to see. The next stretch was my mother's car.
Get that box on the ground.
Not visually, not entirely. The road stayed under my tires, but the air thickened into the inside of her old blue Ford. Stale coffee, wintergreen gum, the radio giving the forecast from the day he went. She sat ahead of me and to the left, hands at 10 and 2. The ring already gone from her finger because she'd pawned it that year. His booster...
I want to know where this guy's, like, car is. Unless he got out of the car to go into the building, but then he said he turned around and it turned, like, back in a road. So he's just in, like, a full-on trip at this point.
Seat was behind her. Empty. Beside it sat me. 12 years old, looking out the window with a face like a drawn blind. You were gone 5 minutes, my mother said. Stop, I whispered. You were gone 5 minutes. The 12-year-old turned her head and looked back at me with dry eyes. She wasn't haunted yet. She wasn't sorry yet. She was just a girl who had gotten what she asked for and hadn't understood the price. He was always there, she said. Reasonable, almost bored. I just wanted one place he wasn't. I put the car halfway into the trees rather than hear another word. Branches screamed down both sides. When the road
So she really was just like, I'm not fucking hearing it. And
straightened again, I was shaking so hard I could barely hold the wheel. And I understood then that the cruelest thing on this road wasn't going to be my mother, or the dark, or whatever waited at the end. It was going to be myself, telling the truth, at 12. Then came my bedroom. The road did not become a house, it went into one. My headlights crossed pink carpet I hadn't thought about in 20 years. Posters, a white dresser, a bead curtain in the doorway, my unmade bed. The car idled in the middle of...
He's on this damn crazy ass road and all this damn crazy ass shit is happening. That's the story recap.
The room.
And the road's named after his little brother, and his little brother and his mom are sitting there like talking shit about him, about his guilt.
When I cut the engine, the silence was enormous. On the floor sat Eli, my old road map spread in front of him, the blue marker in his hand. He was trying to draw, tongue poking through the gap in his teeth. Eli, I said. He looked up. This time he wasn't polished by memory. His hair was messy, the way it really had been. His nose was running. There was dirt on one knee and dried popsicle sticky on his hand.
Oh, it's just gonna get worse from here.
He looked tired. Not dead, not monstrous.
You know who else looked tired? June. Or whatever her name was, or July, or whatever the Junie. There's a Junie B. Road. Maybe that's her. Maybe that's where she really is.
Just the tired way a child looks when he's been waiting too long and still believes the grown-up is coming. Mara, he said. I opened the door. The air smelled like my childhood. Dust, strawberry shampoo, crayons, sun-warm plastic. He smiled. I'd forgotten the exact shape of his smile. That was one more thing I had done to him without noticing. You found my road, he said. I got out. My legs almost didn't hold. I'm sorry. His smile faded, not from anger. Children don't know what to do with an apology that big. You said it could go home, he said. I know. I made it to go to B's first. The room flickered. For a second, the carpet was pavement, the dresser a soda machine, because that's where you left me. Then to school. Another flicker. Lockers, fluorescent hum.
It's like a guilt story.
I thought maybe you went there. He smoothed the map with a small hand.
Okay, so the map is just traced along where this kid went after he was abandoned. Or like that's what the road is. You know, the road's drawn by her, but the experiences are had by him, and it's showing her his experiences on the road and his POV of what actually happened.
But it kept getting lost. I went down on my knees in front of him. I tried to remember the way, he said. I did. The store and the cereal and your room, how you smelled like that orange gum you weren't allowed to chew, your shoes. A broken sound came out of me. He smiled a little. They had silver stars. They were stupid shoes. I liked them. He looked back at the map. I waited. I know. No, he said gently. I waited, all of them. I won't try to describe what happened in me then. It wasn't crying. Crying is something the body can do and survive. This was older. Something that had been frozen since I was 12 cracked all the way through. And through the crack, I saw him. Waiting outside B's as the sun moved. Waiting through the police lights. Waiting while our mother screamed his name hoarse. Waiting while rain washed the blue from the curb. Waiting while flyers faded. Waiting while I grew taller, learned to drive, kissed boys who didn't know his name, told people I was an only child because it was easier than watching their faces change.
You're a bad person. You're a bad person for that. Telling people that you're an only child because you totally like killed your damn ass brother and you can't deal with the guilt of it. And so you hide it from people, and then they're gonna find out and be like, you know how much worse that sounds too when people are like, oh, you have a dead brother, and you said you were an only child?
He had waited with the kind of patience only a child has when someone they love has promised to come back. You look old, he said. I laughed and sobbed at once. I know. Are you still mad? No, I was stupid then. You wrote me on the map. I couldn't answer. He looked at the paper, then at me. I thought it was a present. That was the one that did it. Not an accusation, not anger.
Aww.
A little boy who thought his sister had given him a road. His cold fingers around my wrist. Don't cry, he said. Why? His eyes moved to the doorway. The bead curtain was gone. Beyond it wasn't the hallway of our old house. It was a road. New, unpaved. Pale dirt under a sky with no color in it. At the end...
It's her road. It's her damn ass road. She said, 'cause I'm gonna put your fucking ass on a road too.
End of it stood my mother. She looked younger than when she died and older than when I left, both at once. Her arms hung at her sides. In one hand, she held a folded map. Behind her, street signs leaned at crooked angles. Hannah G., Caleb, Lily Mae, Thomas, Ben M. Names I knew and names I didn't. My mother did not move. She only unfolded the map. Even from across the room, I knew her handwriting. Mara V. Not in crayon, in pen. Dark, deliberate, an adult hand. When? I asked. Eli's fingers tightened around my wrist. The night after I went. The room went cold. She said she only meant 5 minutes, too. For the first time since she died, I understood the way my mother had watched me grow up.
I'm like trying to piece this together and make it make sense in my head.
Up. Not without love, not with love either. With fear. She had wanted me gone for 1 second. Long enough not to look at what I had done. Long enough to imagine a house where she had only lost one child, and not the wrong one.
So it's like the kid killed the brother, and then the brother denied the kid, and then the mom drew the daughter on the map? Or is this just like a guilt thing that like is being manifested?
The town had listened to her too, but Eli's road came first, drawn earlier by a girl who didn't believe in it. My brother, who thought it was a gift, had walked out onto the road that might have taken me, and he had been trying to find his way back to me ever since. You have to go, he said. I'm not leaving you again. He frowned like I was being difficult about bedtime. You didn't leave me all the way. Yes, I did. No, he said. You remembered me. I stopped saying your name, but you didn't forget it. Some mercies hurt worse than punishment. He pushed the folded map into my hands.
He said, I stopped saying your name, but you didn't forget it. It should be you stopped saying my name, but you didn't forget it. That's so sad, though. Somebody to just know, be like, you stopped saying my name, but you didn't forget it. Oh, that's like emotional to think about. It's such a sad situation.
Get. What is it? My road. In the doorway, my mother took one step forward. The house shuddered. Eli leaned close and whispered, "Keep it folded, and it can't find the end." Eli, don't let it make a street out of you. Then he ran past me. Not to me, past me, toward our mother. For one insane second, I thought he meant to hug her. Then he threw both arms around her waist and held on the way he used to hold on to me when he was tired. Stubborn, sticky-handed, impossible. "Go," he shouted. My mother made a sound.
Mom's trying to put her on a road, bruh. And Eli's like, twin didn't move.
It wasn't a monster sound. That would have been easier. It was grief turned inside out. The walls cracked. The bead curtain flashed in and out of being. Every poster in the room became a map. I ran for the car. When I started it, I looked back. Eli was still holding her. He looked at me over his shoulder, and now he was crying. Really crying. Scared and brave and far too small. I had never let myself imagine him crying.
Bro might be a goat.
In my memory, he had always been frozen before the fear. "Mara," he called. I rolled the window down. "What?" He smiled through it. "I picked the cereal." Then
I picked the cereal.
Room collapsed into road. I drove. I don't know for how long. The road unspooled under me and pieces of other people's children. A kitchen floor, a bus seat.
Oh, that sounds... Ew. The road and sprawled in pieces of other people's children.
A backyard going dark. A small hand letting go. At one point, I passed Mercer standing beside a sign that read, Ben M. Way. He didn't wave. He took off his hat and held it to his chest as I went by. Then the trees came back. Then Junie B. Road. Then my phone found service, and there was a normal night sky over me, indifferent and full of stars. I pulled over and was sick into the ditch. The folded map was on the passenger seat. It was warm. I didn't stop at a motel. I drove out of Mercy P and kept going until the sun came up. At a rest stop 2 counties over, I opened the map. Most of the roads had faded. Not gone, faded. Like pencil under an eraser. Eli V Street was still there, thinner now. At its end, in a shaky child's hand, someone had drawn a small square house. Inside it were 2 stick figures side by side. One tall, one small. The small one had blue around the mouth. The tall one wore shoes with silver stars. I laughed until people stared. Then I cried until they stopped. When I got home, I filed Eli V Street as invalid. The system rejected the edit. Road verify.
So it's saying that like they're gonna be together, like on the map that they were together.
Verified by local authority. I tried to delete the ticket. The screen went white. When it came back, a new field had appeared. Future extension, Mara V Road. Status, pending. I called Mercer. Disconnected. I called June. No
She opened that damn ass map, bro.
answer. I check the county map sometimes. Eli V Street is gone now. Not unlisted. Gone. The parcel lines have closed over it like water. Satellite only shows trees. But there is a new road on the north side of Mercy P. I found the photo in the database one night. The green paint on the sign still looked wet, though the records say it's been there since the year I was born. Mara V Road.
No.
I've never driven it. I don't need to. Some mornings, my navigation app suggests it before I type anything in. Some nights, when I unfold the map just enough to check that Eli's road is still closed, I see the pencil line of mine stretching a little farther. It doesn't lead to Mercy P. Not anymore. Last week, it turned toward my apartment. I keep the map folded. I keep saying his name. No outlet unless remembered.
Thing's gonna come to her, because it's like if you go on the road, it'll take you, I think. And it said the road's like stretching towards her apartment.
Wow, that was absolutely heart-wrenching.
Yeah, that's a crazy story. So that's the end of the story. So I feel like it's not as much scary as it is just like kind of like a sad story, but shout out Droven for that story. I need to go to the bathroom in a second, but that was a crazy crazy story. I'm surprised they didn't make the little brother like evil, which is what I would have expected from like a creepy story that has to do with like Survivor's Guild. Is just like a sense of blame, and not the blame to be from the mom who was like thought the child was responsible, which is like, I get it, but it was kind of like a weird twist to be like, oh yeah, my mom super hates me, she's trying to kill me, but my brother that I killed loves me and is accepting me, and now the road's coming to get me even though I opened it, but my little brother's road is gone. So I don't know what that exactly means or like entails, but it's supposed to be like happy and helpful, and then it's on like this like evil note where it's like, and now it's coming for me. I'll be right back. Let me not the social stream. Put it on chat. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, what is the ranking of the story? What is the consensus of that story? I'm looking for another one right now. This guy we just listened to is like dominating the platform. It looks like he read 4 unnerving Reddit threads.
Ladies and gentlemen, twice
How about
yearly.
this?
PrEP is here. One office visit every 6 months, 2 times a year for HIV prevention. That's 1-2 PrEP. That's Yes2Go. Yes2Go is an injectable prescription medicine that helps to protect against HIV through sex. One office visit every 6 months. One during your winter glam.
I need to make this small.
Reddit is a great place to share all sorts of information, and therefore it's also home to some of the most disturbing stories online. Personally, it's where I end up finding most of the content for my videos. Tonight, I've prepared 4 stories ranging from only slightly disturbing to very disturbing. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video.
Sensitive content ahead. I do not condone the harassment of anyone in this video. Yeah, let's not harass anybody. Also, this segment isn't meant to be an attack on Indonesia or Indonesian culture.
2 years ago, the entirety of Serbia was shaken when a 13-year-old boy opened fire in an elementary school. 9 students and 1 security guard were killed in the incident, while 7 others were injured. The shooter surrendered himself to the police shortly after the shooting occurred. However, 13 years is too young to be held criminally responsible in Serbia. Therefore, the legal charges fell onto his parents.
They charged his parents for like child neglect. I mean, it's like a really tricky. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that.
His father, who had taught him how to shoot, was sentenced to 14.5 years in prison. while his mother was sentenced to 3. What's especially chilling is the level of preparation involved. Investigations found that the assailant had been
Oh, so this kid has been planning it for like ever, and then both of the charges like went onto his parents.
planning the shooting for about a month, having prepared a list of students to target and a dedicated path through the school. Teachers later described him as quiet and
He had a path? Oh no. Oh no.
academically successful, the kind of description attributed to someone you'd never expect this action from, and the kind that makes your skin crawl in retrospect. In the aftermath of the incident, the minimum age of criminal responsibility in Serbia was lowered to 12 years old. Amnesty was granted to Serbian citizens who chose to surrender their illegal or unregistered firearms, of which 78,000 were handed over to the government.
78,000 guns. They're like, okay, give it to me right now. Nobody's gonna get in trouble if you hand it over right now. And they handed over 78K. How many people do you think were like, oh, fuck that?
And 1,200 police officers were hired to improve security in schools. The Belgrade shooting was a clear-cut tragedy and has forever left its mark on Serbia, and for some reason, Indonesia as well. Fast forward to 15 days ago as I'm writing this. I came across all this information and more in a post
Discovered disturbing fake Facebook profiles impersonating victims of the Serbian school shooting. What's going on? Internet oddity. You're probably familiar with the school shooting that shook Serbia 2 years ago. 9 students and a security guard were killed. What truly shocked me was when I accidentally came across the Facebook profile of one of the murdered girls. At first, I thought it was her actual profile, but I was soon unpleasantly surprised to discover that this is a whole series of fake fake Facebook profiles impersonating the murdered children, including the shooter, Kosta Kekmanovic, among others. The content on these profiles is also quite disturbing and confusing. Many of them have similar profiles in their friends list. I'm not sure whether all the profiles are made by the same person or by a different group of people, but I've noticed a kind of fan page or roleplay dynamic. For example, one of the murdered girls' profiles is listed as being in a relationship with the shooter's profile. These profiles often post video animations using the pictures of the children, and it seems that the person behind the profiles genuinely sympathizes with the victims, but we can agree it's done in a very disturbing way. What confuses me most is the whole story is, in fact, if I've understood correctly, most of these profiles post in Indonesian, and the people commenting also appear to be Indonesian. I see absolutely no connection to Serbia, and I don't understand why this case is so relevant in Indonesia. In one post, someone even uploaded a photo of the classroom after the shooting, showing the children's bodies and blood on the floor. I'm someone from the Balkans, and I can assure you that the media covered this story day and night, but I have never seen such photos, and I didn't even know that I didn't even believe that they existed. I have no idea how something like that could have gone viral. I'm both confused and disturbed by what I saw. I know some people are deep into fan page culture and role-playing, like with characters from shows or movies, but this is an entirely different level. I honestly don't understand how Facebook even allows something like this. I have some screenshots linked here.
Rated on r/Internet Mysteries. Discovered disturbing fake Facebook profiles impersonating victims of the Serbian school shooting. What's going on? What truly after of murdered out, but blood on stories about interaction using the perpetrator. Tens of thousands. After doing a bit of digging on my own, I'm disturbed by what I found. Tens of thousands of active users are part.
It's a group. There's a group of them. There's 33.6 thousand people in this.
Of Facebook groups romanticizing the perpetrator.
It's gotta be botted. Somebody's gotta be spending botted money on doing this shit. Or somebody who's really good at the internet is just messed up.
Role-playing as the victims, and using them as interactions on their post. Honestly, I'm hesitant to even show faces in these photos.
This is really, like, disturbed and scary, honestly. This is scary because you people need to get help. Which is why one day I'm gonna build a hospital.
Using their photos for these acts seems flat out disrespectful. This post reads out, "Who is your idol?" While listening.
Who is your idol? There's 2 of them? The school shooter's at the top linked with somebody, but then he's linked with somebody again at the bottom. So people don't really care for the shooter, it looks like, but it's so weird that there's like a community of these people remembering them in this way.
Seeing the name of the shooter and those who lost their lives. Here's a post requesting users to comment photos of.
I'm gonna go lock my door again. Okay. Ooh. Maybe I need to... I'm probably going to put a content warning on my stream just in case because of some of the stuff. Let me see. Content classification. Ooh. This is not mature. Violent and graphic depictions, and then there we go. Okay.
Of one of the victims to be rated, to which many users complied. Then there are several photos with trivia questions, or photo/edit competitions.
Photo edit competitions of them?
I agree that, in some sense, there is remorse felt for the victims of the tragedy, but that's easily overshadowed by how odd everything else is. It's hard for me to find the words to describe this. Why are you treating these victims like they're some sort of celebrity idol, basing your entire account around them, as if you were them? Why are you rating pictures of them, creating edits of them, etc.?
Too far. Parasocialism has gone too far.
It's like the boundaries between grief and obsession have completely collapsed. Whatever the reason behind this, it feels highly inappropriate considering the ages of everyone involved in the tragedy.
My idol is so handsome. That's the shooter.
In regards to the last part of OP's statement on the gory images, I saw at least one that contained bloody shoes with the names of the victims, though I'm not sure if it's actually related to the incident or not.
Yeah, because people will really be doing like fan recreations of shootings and shit.
Most confusing part of all of this is that the posts are in Indonesian. All of the accounts either speak Indonesian, are from Indonesia, or both.
It's totally gotta be like one mentally ill person botting the accounts out, right? And like spending their time like voting. Like it has like 5 upvotes here, right? So maybe it's just so many alt accounts interacting with each other and botting and popularizing this.
That isn't to say that you're not allowed to grieve for the victims, no matter where you are in the world. But what is it about this incident in Belgrade that latched onto a specific corner of the internet in Indonesia? As someone who knows almost nothing about Indonesian culture, perhaps I shouldn't speak on this. I won't say that the romanticization of murderers doesn't exist within the US, as I've seen more TikTok self-ships with serial killers than I care to admit, but I've absolutely not seen something of this scale, and
yeah, that's really creepy actually. That's really, really creepy.
Certainly not with young students. I'm from the Balkans too, so I usually stay away from this topic. It's just creepy and disturbing. But I'll add one little thing. If you ever want to dive into something really f***ed up, look into the weird true crime RP scene on Facebook, especially with Indonesian accounts. There's this whole subculture where people romanticize victims and killers.
Oh, this is like a thing for them. This isn't like, okay, so it could be people. Is this like a cultural thing from them? I'm from the Balkans too, so I usually stray away from this topic. It's just really creepy and disturbing. But I'll add one more little thing. If you ever want to dive into something really messed up, look into the weird true crime roleplay scene on Facebook, especially with Indonesian accounts. There's a whole subculture where people romanticize killers and victims, sometimes without even really understanding the context, and then they turn real tragedies into some kind of twisted fan fiction. I
think everyone who sees this is going to interpret it differently, As OP stated, some posts genuinely express sadness over the incident and the students who were killed, but on Reddit, a large majority of the posts are seen as disrespectful or creepy, and as someone out of the loop, I have to agree with that. Perhaps this is
Don't be a fucking weirdo, man. I can't be in my house next to you, bro, and you're in your house making like acting like serial killers and shit and acting like people that they killed and shit at the same time.
a consequence of the digital age. In a world where we are highly exposed to explicit content, where entire generations had unrestricted access to sites such as LiveLeak, we've become desensitized to tragedies and can no longer process or react to them as people did in the past.
This is a very cute ad. I might honestly watch the ad just to break a little bit of this tension.
Arcades are supposed to be a
Okay, that was the whole Indonesian subplot. There's like an itch under my nose.
safe haven of fun for all.
This one's missing children and it looks like an arcade deal. I might have seen something with that, honestly. This story is the most replayed. What is this one? Boy Scout Body and Venus. Okay.
Ages, though particularly for children. A place where you don't have to worry about the outside world and can simply immerse yourself in DDR or whatever you like to play. But imagine your favorite machine no longer displayed a game, but instead 2 missing children from 1977 and 1982.
Yeah, this was, I think I've heard about this. I think they did this because they knew that it was like, this is the best way to spread word.
Several years ago, posts began flooding into Reddit documenting user encounters with these machines. And this wasn't just one that
It's not even, yeah. Yeah, it's not even, it looks really creepy. It's just, the way that they had to format it on there. This was the only way they could get it to, like, show up. It wasn't meant to be creepy. It was just, like, an awareness thing because they couldn't find these damn-ass kids. And, people would come to the arcade and they'd be like, oh shit, that's my homeboy Philip P.
location. This was all around the US. Greenville, South Carolina, Dallas, Texas. Practically any arcade with this machine.
Oh shit. Okay, no, that's actually really creepy. Maybe, just maybe, it's, it was, like, made like that because somebody had, like, a missing kid and then, they just kept making it that way.
Cent mini golf cabinet. The boy on the left is Taj Allen Merriman, born May 17th, 1982. Last seen in Darrington Valley, Pennsylvania. On the right is Stephen Philip Curtis, born March 3rd, 1977. Last seen in Hoquiam, Washington. And on top is a phone number leading to the US Missing Children Hotline. Now these are 2 different time periods and 2 very different locations, so we can assume these children have nothing to do with each other. And now we're left with the most common question I ask myself while creating these videos. Why? Why are 2 missing boys from so long ago plastered to the screen of mini golf machines all across the country? The easiest way to get to the bottom of this is by looking into the boys themselves. The furthest back I've found mentions of this screen is in an Atari forum from 2013. Years ago, I remember seeing a mini golf arcade game in a
I'm gonna go ahead and read this instead. I'm gonna cut this guy off. And I also don't need the subtitles. Years ago, I remember seeing a mini golf arcade game in a gas station near me. I wasn't able to play it, but I remember watching the demo and seeing the screen with the 2 missing boys pop up. That was the only time I have ever seen that done in an arcade game. I always wondered what became of the boys shown in the mini golf and recently decided to look into the cases. Taj Allen Merriman's fate was easily found, and it seems his was a family abduction, and he was found safe about July 12, 1985 in Georgia. That was about the date the mother was arrested for abduction, according to Beaver County Times. Okay, so the kid made it home safe.
recently decided to look into their cases. Taj Allen Merriman's fate was easily found. It seems his was a family abduction, and he was found safe on July 12, 1985 in Georgia. That was the date the mother was arrested.
I haven't been able to find anything on the other boy, though.
OP's right. In a newspaper from 1985, we can see that Taj Allen Merriman was abducted by his mother during a custody battle, but was shortly thereafter returned to
She
his
stole the kid during a custody battle and they put him on a fucking arcade machine.
father. The story of Stephen Philip Curtis is a bit more complicated. While I can't find any reports online about his disappearance or his
That's like, I feel like that's a very, like, NPC name to have. Like, it's hard to find any info on that. Stephen Philip Curtis, bro. Going missing and being named that, like, I don't
status
know.
as a missing
I
person,
feel like people don't really
forum
know you
users
like that.
were able to find someone with the same name and age living in Washington. For now, we can just assume that he's safe and sound, despite
Yeah, there's a Stephen P. Curtis living in Washington, and he's like the age tracks with the birthday, so
whatever caused him to be listed as missing. As I mentioned earlier, the only machine these missing screens showed up on was the Cent mini golf machine. Cent Technologies was an arcade game company founded in 1982 by ex-Atari employees. However, it went bankrupt shortly after in 1988, but not before producing quite a few games. Members of the Vintage Arcade Preservation
oh, they went like brazy with it, it looks like.
Society discovered that these missing children screens were also present in two other games, Gimme a Break and Stompin'. However,
Give me a break and stomp him.
these were completely different children, meaning that there were 6 missing children
It's the Hide and Seek Foundation. These are nice people.
in total. Melinda Marie Smith, no information. April Rose Yates, believed to have been taken by her non-custodial father. Daniel Godfrey Owens, no information. Charles Brandon Morris, seems to reside in Tennessee as a doctor, though this could just be someone.
This dude's a doctor in Tennessee. Damn, and then people come in and he's like, oh yeah, I was on a creepy ass arcade machine one time, but now I do like surgeries and shit, man.
With the same name, in the same state. No information about him being missing. Honestly, I'm shocked that I found next to nothing about these children. Not even an official missing persons data appears on all of these screens, but it's difficult to confirm that this foundation even existed in the first place. Internet sleuths were so intrigued by these missing children reports that they reached directly out to those who had worked with Cent Technologies before the company went under, namely an ex-Atari engineer, Dennis Coble. In an interview between
You could tell his ass like didn't know. He didn't think it looked creepy. He was like, oh yeah, these damn kids, man. I'm gonna put this shit on there and they're gonna find him. That kid's probably out there in the woods under a log or something. He gonna come crawling up out from under there. And they're gonna say, yeah, you were over there on the Atari, man.
Dennis and a Scott Stilfen, Dennis answers, to the best of his knowledge, the story behind these children and why their pictures appeared in his arcade machines. Do you recall anything about the digitized photos of missing kids?
Do you recall anything about the digitized photos of missing kids in certain Sante arcade games and how Sante came to include them? Yes, I have some memories of those days, but after 30 years I won't be able to guarantee the veracity of those memories. Of course, I have a slightly different recollection of those FBI photos than do the other people you've asked. Near the end of the mini golf game's creation, I recall someone suggesting that we implement the missing children feature. Although the game was finished at the time, I recall adding the switch control feature to a revision of the ROM. The code was very simple and it consisted of a timer, a check for weather, and a feature that was enabled via the onboard option switches and the display of a static screen showing the children. The option switch could be enabled or disabled, which was why sometimes you see the feature and sometimes you don't, depending on how tech savvy the operator was and whether they wish to enable the feature or not. That shit would be off in my arcade. Nobody's getting found. Do you agree this was most likely something the FBI approached Sante with? I really don't know who initiated the Missing Kids project, but it seems likely the FBI did request it. You have to remember that Sante was a very small company, and I would be a little surprised if the FBI knew of us directly. Really couldn't say. Do you recall how the digitized photos were implemented? Did you or someone at Sante digitize the photos? All I know was that we were given a completed screen with just like the final product you've seen.
I make every guy I know take this trauma type test. My brother took it last week, and he...
Is this guy AI? Made with AI, not for diagnosis, educational purposes. Yeah, this guy's not real.
The park, you come to this area known.
Okay, this is the most replayed right here, so buckle up, Buttercup.
There's a 20-mile road into Arches National Park. You come to this area known as the Devil's Garden. There's a walk that goes out about 3 miles.
I believe I found a body on a Boy Scout campout 10 years ago. Like the title says, I believe I found a buried body on a Boy Scout camping trip about 10 years ago. I'd like help finding the site. The trip was somewhere in the mountains of Utah. It was located somewhere in this area. I think I remember needing to pay.
Twin Peaks is right there. Twin Peaks is actually like, yeah, Utah, you.
To get up to where the campsite was, meaning it was probably inside one of the national forests, but I don't remember it being near any other campsites. This is a picture of what I remember. Like I
road. Dirt road. There used to be a pile of logs in the center. Trees are a small hill. A fire pit, a body, and some bushes. And dude, I could have drawn this.
Said it was 10 years ago, so it's not super detailed. The body was in a trash bag that was buried next to some bushes. I had unburied part of it with a shovel and ripped a hole in the bag to see what looked like a plaid shirt before one of my scout leaders made me fill the hole. This immediately raised red flags amongst Reddit users.
Before one of my scout leaders made me fill the hole? They were gonna kill you too, bro.
As the scout leader's actions come off as quite suspicious. Do you still have contact with anyone from your troop or your scout leaders? Unfortunately not. My parents might still be in touch with one of them, but I have no idea where the other leaders may be. I brought it up with the other scouts a few years back, and none of them remembered where it was. If the scout leader had them bury it, I'm not sure they're the person to talk to for answers. Unless he later called in police and just wanted to keep the kids away from it for the moment. It was difficult to find any leads for this, as OP didn't exactly have the memory to confirm where this
So you're telling me that this was like a thread though, like there's still all this in between though, it did not go unsolved.
Took place, nor could they get into contact with any of the scout leaders at the time. However, one user did have a similar experience around the same time and location that OP mentioned in their post. In either 2010 or 2011.
I'm gonna go ahead and read this. In either 2010 or 2011, I was living in Provo and had a very similar experience. My wife and I decided to go camping and drove up along the Squaw Peak path. We passed a paid campground, but we were cheapskates and wanted to go dispersed camping, so we drove farther. I can't remember if we were looking specifically for this place or if we just stumbled upon it, but we found a forest access dirt road that seemed well traveled. As we pulled in, we passed a forest ranger's truck. There were several scattered fireplaces that had been used, and we picked one at random. When we got out, we smelled a stench of decomposition. This was right around the time of the Susan Powell disappearance, and while I wasn't thinking we had found her, I was thinking about where people might hide bodies in Utah. Thinking about where people might hide bodies in Utah was on my mind. I followed my nose from the campsite to a spot close by. As you described, there was a shallowly buried trash bag, black, I think. Finding it by stepping on the spot where it was buried and feeling it was soft. Maybe hearing cans crush underfoot, it gave me the willies just like you. I felt I had to know. I poked a hole in the bag with a stick, and out popped a bone, looked just like a rib poking out of the bag.
Followed my nose from the campsite to a spot close by. As you described, there was a shallowly buried trash bag. I poked a hole in the bag with a stick. I was ready to nope out
of there, but also felt a responsibility to alert someone to this possible shallow grave. We walked back to the park ranger's truck and began looking for the ranger. We may have called out for him. I don't recall, but he shortly came back to his truck out of the woods from another campfire spot. The thought occurred to both me and my wife that maybe this dude was a murderer and was trying to cover up his kill, and he did end up putting some pressure on us to leave, saying this was a Rash's party spot, and it got pretty loud on the weekends. He said we wouldn't be able to get sleep if we camped there, and it wasn't an ideal spot for family camping. He suggested we go down the hill to some paid campground we had passed. There was an eerie sense that he really wanted us to leave, but I know that's subjective and colored by my adrenaline at having found what I thought could be remains. I'm pretty sure this is the campground down the hill. I'm pretty sure this is the campground down the hill we ended up
staying at. The commenter links a location that does fall within OP's original map, though that doesn't confirm that these two events were related, nor that either of them were actually malicious. A name thrown around by a few commenters, including the user whose story I just read out, was Susan Powell. In the last few days of 2009, a year or so before OP allegedly found the trash bag body, an entire family was reported missing in West Valley City, Utah.
A whole family in Utah? It's bad if a whole family goes missing. Whatever it is, it has to be like that, like, man right there snapped or something, because, like, there's not many ways you can disappear a whole family. God, I'm getting creeps, dude. It almost helps that I don't have a chat, because it's like there's no relief from it. I'm just like in the zone.
Just outside of OP's map. Susan and Joshua Powell and their two sons were only missing for about a day when Joshua and the two boys returned home without Susan.
Joshua and the two boys made it home without Susan?
Joshua was immediately taken into
Okay, well, yeah, what's Josh's testimony? Let's hear it.
questioning as a person of interest in the disappearance of Susan Powell. However, he stated that he took the two boys out camping and left Susan asleep at home. Despite the fact that it was blizzarding outside, the eldest son confirmed that the camping trip did happen.
Why? Okay, maybe Susan was in a really bad mental state and there was something that was not going on. There's something that the kids, like, didn't understand that was going on between, like, maybe the man and Susan, so he took the kids and she did something, like, crazy, maybe. Some people, like, will go manic and do some ridiculous shit off of, like, drugs or just off of, like, age. You know what I mean? Just aging and becoming manic over time.
However, he stated that his mother came along with them. Upon searching the Powell residence, Susan's blood was found.
Susan Powell's blood found at her home after disappearance. As it is revealed, she wrote of fears over her husband Josh. I knew it, bro.
Along with a handwritten letter from Susan expressing fear for her life. In 2012,
Yeah, bro, I already know. He totally, like, slimed her out and looked at his kids and was just like, "You're next if you say something. I will kill you before they get me to prison." Like, you know what I mean?
police released documents regarding Joshua's activities leading up to the disappearance of his wife, liquidating her retirement accounts, canceling her regularly scheduled chiropractic sessions, and discussing with coworkers how to hide a body in an abandoned
Premeditated as shit, man.
mine shaft in western Utah. Due to the pressure from law enforcement, Joshua packed his bags and took his two sons to permanently live with him in Washington. Fast forward 2 years, and Joshua
The burnout shell of a house where Joshua Powell unalived himself and his sons. Bones pulled from collapsed Utah mine, not Susan Powell's.
despite numerous attempts, and it's widely believed that Joshua was the one who killed her. The reason I and a few Redditors
It was so him. It was so him. Because the context of what follows, there's no doubt in my mind that it was him.
mentioned this
He had like 2 young children and a wife, dude.
case is because it takes place relatively around the same area at the same time. It was only after I began writing this that I noticed Joshua's line about being on a camping trip during the time of Susan's disappearance.
That's creepy.
lining up with the campsite
Because it's like, what about the kids? Like, what did the kids see? I want to know what was going on through the kids' heads.
locations mentioned by prior users. So did these two Redditors happen upon Susan Powell's body? There's really no way for us to know, though I will mention one last detail. From 1913 to 2019,
She wrote of being scared of her husband, so there's a chance. Stay with me now. There's a chance that both the person telling that story and like the kid and the person telling the story and then the person who responded with the husband and the wife's story, the husband who responded, there's a chance that that guy was so crazy he killed like multiple people and the wife like talked about being afraid of him and then he killed her.
Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints was heavily involved with the Boy Scouts of America. OP even goes on to confirm that his Boy Scout troop was associated with the Latter-day Saints. So therefore, it's possible that the suspicious troop leader who stopped OP from uncovering the body was also a member of the Latter-day Saints. Coincidentally enough, both Joshua and Susan Powell were...
Oh, so are you telling me that this is like a cult deal? Joshua met Susan Cox, a classmate, at his LDS Church Institute of Religions course. So he already had like a very spiritual connection with the world around him. So he may have been like schizophrenic, you know what I mean? Maybe that there wasn't like anything super crazy going on like in the institute itself. And the reason why I like exhale when I said that is like I feel bad just being like, well, maybe he was schizophrenic, you know, because it's like you really can't know. And I don't want to say that because like the religion and shit too, but just like you could tell this guy was very in touch spiritually, and like that's like always something that can be disturbing.
At some times in their life, members of this very church. This could mean anything, or it could mean nothing.
When playing games on PC, do you ever wonder if someone had a clip with you?
I doubt that it was bigger than him. I think that the park ranger probably had no clue what was going on and probably was like underpaid and did not want to go look at like a nasty bag of what he thought was like dead animal remains. And in general, when you're a park ranger and you're in the middle of the woods, what do you do when you find like a corpse?
You in it? Download Metal, then go to albums, clips you're in.
Venus. She starts following me to the room. She starts following me to the room above mine. Sorry for the weird angles. Is this a video of a video? Or is this a stream of a video of a video? Oh, that's really creepy though.
This isn't the first time that I've covered someone hearing strange noises in their home, and it probably won't be the last. 5 years ago, one Reddit user took to r/RBI after hearing the word Venus coming from somewhere inside their apartment.
Oh no. Out of all the shit you can say.
Are we being stalked or recorded? Need advice on what it could be. I'm a college student and I basically live in 2 apartments. I stay at my brother's apartment a lot.
Here, I'll read it. I'm a college student and I basically live in 2 apartments. I stay at my brother's apartment a lot, but I mostly stay at my own apartment that I share. I live with my friend who is a pretty attractive girl, so I always worry that she would be an easy target for a stalker or a creep. There have been some weird suitors in the past couple of years, but nothing like stalking.
But I mostly stay at my own apartment that I share.
I hate suitors, bro. Suitors are just people in general that aren't welcome. Suitors are the worst kind of people. I don't even know. Let me look at the definition of suitor real quick to even see if I'm suitor. What is a suitor? A person who courts or woos another with the intention of marriage. Oh yes, bro. Gold digger suitors, bro. People who come and try to get with you so they'll like marry you. I get it if it's like a guy for like a girl, like back in the day when it was like you had like the princess and the princes would come as like suitors and try to like woo her over because like the arranged marriages and royal families and the money gets tied up in the shit. But suitors that just want like people's assets and shit piss me off.
past couple of years, but nothing like stalking. So today we got a Christmas tree for the apartment, and we were just chilling in the living room when we heard a device make a swooshing sound.
Okay. Yeah, let me read it. So today we got a Christmas tree for the apartment, and we were just chilling in the living room when we heard a device make a swooshing sound from the next room over, and there was an Alexa-type male voice recording saying the word Venus. It sounded as if a device was turning on or off or something like that. I go over there and see if one of our phones went off, but there weren't any mobile devices or speakers in the kitchen.
From the next room over. And then there was an Alexa-type male voice recording saying the word Venus.
I'd probably be like, Venus type shit. Ooh. I go back in the living room and we check our phones to see if one of us got a message, but neither of us did. She asked me if I was fucking with her, but I immediately asked her the same thing. This kind of freaked her out, and with my paranoia, I immediately thought it could be some sort of recording device or something to spy on her. In my research, the only thing I could come up with that could possibly make the Venus noise was maybe an LG Venus phone turning on. It's a burner phone that has a decent camera. This could potentially be terrifying if there's a cell phone turning on in our apartment that we have been living in for over 5 months. Neither of us own extra phones, especially a burner. I need to know what this could be. Okay, and then let me go. My shit. I muted him on accident.
He goes on to mention that he's heard additional noises from the upstairs neighbors, such as vibrating, and a sound equivalent to someone dropping a bowling ball on the floor. The latter incident happened at night, when none of the upstairs lights were turned on. So what could this be? Looking into the Venus LG phone, in a video from 17 years ago, this specific model seems to perfectly recreate what OP heard.
Oh, that's like so creepy, low-key. The like way it's like Green Needle Brainstorm. Yeah, I hear it. I mean, I hear it, yeah.
I know it's difficult to hear with all the people talking, but after listening countless times, I swear I hear it say Venus. Entertaining the idea that this is a device in question, using a phone this old seems less than optimal for spying on someone, but not impossible, as it does have a camera. Other theories include OP being too paranoid, or one of them having a mobile app regarding astronomy or astrology.
Yeah,
though it would be strange for your phone to randomly announce Venus with no other context.
It could be low-key, like if there's like, say I'm the upstairs neighbor and there's like a girl and I'm trying to spy on her and I'm weird like that. And maybe if there was like a hole in the ceiling or something, or they drilled like some sort of hole and like turned a phone on and then like dropped it down into the hole and like turned the record button on. You know what I mean? Just to like record you.
Awaken to a world of wonder in Final Fantasy XIV Online.
Final Fantasy XIV Online. Venus Noise possible stalker update. Found something disturbing that is messing with my head.
Almost a month later, OP posts an update. For the past month or so, everything seemed to be fine. Nothing
out of the ordinary, and eventually we even forgot about the whole thing in general. Then we started hearing a weird noise outside that sounded kind of like an intermittent buzzing or hum towards the back of the house where the bathroom window is located. Houses make weird noises all the time, so I told my friend not to worry about it because there's nothing in that little alleyway on the side of the house besides an air conditioning unit. A couple of days later, I went around the house to check it out. When I turned the corner, I saw a metal bench that wasn't there a couple weeks ago. A bench is no big deal, especially when you're renting a house. The owner is going to store some shit without you knowing. The thing that weirded me out was that it was intentionally put right under our bathroom window, so I took a picture of it because something about it rubbed me the wrong way. Somebody's spying on that girl in your house, dude. Somebody's spying on that girl in your house.
When a grown-ass man like me stands on it, you're at the perfect height to try to sneak a peek through the little cracks in the bathroom window's old curtains. When I could see through the cracks, I felt a knot in my stomach. I immediately sent a pic to
Yeah, dude, there's some Jeepers Creeper Jeeper outside your house putting benches up against your shit looking at that little girl you're living with, bruh.
our landlord, and they said they don't own that bench, so it must have been left over from the previous tenants. I knew this wasn't the case.
Yeah, no, it's not left over. It's angled maliciously, and when you stand there, you can see the same angle. It's not like these people are like trying. It's like haphazardly put there.
Because the bench wasn't there in December when I did a whole sweep of the house. That same night,
Oh, and it wasn't there in December, bro. Going to the back of the house and knowing a fucking bench wasn't there and seeing a bench would trip me the fuck out.
I moved the bench away from the window and flipped it upside down just to see what would happen. Sure enough, a week later, and the bench is in its original place I found it, under the bathroom window.
Yep, flipped it upside down and now the bench is back to normal. Oh, hell no.
Right side up. As of a couple days ago,
we set up cameras on the exterior of the house. They cover the door, the whole front porch, and the driveway on the side of the house. Now it is just another game of wait and see. I really fucking hope this is just a weird coincidence, because this is just fucking strange. If there's actually a peeping Tom or stalker, or hopefully not something worse, then I'm grabbing my gun and I'm going after this person myself.
then I'm grabbing pretty much and going after this person myself. After that, OP pretty much stopped posting. He did mention that he lived in New Orleans, so I tried to find any incidents reported around that time that OP went offline, but I found nothing. Whenever someone stops posting in the middle of a mystery like this, you have to take into account all possibilities. 1. Something bad happened to OP. 2. This is just a fake mystery cut off for dramatic effect. 3. Nothing happened, and
4. He figured out something about the dude and went and killed him and couldn't erase it off the internet. Well, if it was me and I really had to kill somebody, everything's going off Reddit, honestly. So I don't think he killed anybody. I don't think he died either, just because I feel like this would be a massive news headline if this guy went all over Reddit and then died in that fucking house, and they went on his phone and they saw his Reddit posts, and then they knew that they had cameras. It could very well be a fake story, and it could very well be that nothing else happened and the dude was really paranoid. Or maybe like the girl had like been sneaking people through like the window or something on the guy, and he just didn't know it.
OP didn't feel like updating. Assuming this is real, which isn't too far-fetched.
Like maybe the dude's just like a weird, like he's just too because they bring it up like it's a guy that lives with an attractive woman, but they're not together. So maybe he's like insecure. Maybe she has like people in the house, and like maybe there was a dude in there with like a shitty like phone or something, and he turned it on, and then he was like hiding in the house, and the woman was like, "Oh, there's nobody here," because she knew he would get like insecure about it.
It seems that someone was using a Venus LG phone to record OP and their roommate from outside their bathroom window. Just a reminder to always be aware of your surroundings, especially when you figure that something.
Hold up, there's a Serbian comment. As someone who is from Serbia, this whole case shook us to our core. One disturbing thing I found after that shooting happened, maybe like 3 or 4 days after, I found TikTok edits of the killer and animations recreating of the shootings with the real audio from the shooting recorded by one of the students in that school. It still gives me chills. Nothing is more unsettling to me than pictures of missing persons, especially when it's difficult to identify much from it. No, that's really creepy too. These people had like horrible lighting, and this guy's just he's aura farming. That is kind of tough. It's always nighttime somewhere. Shout out Night Fair, honestly. That was actually a really good video. I liked it. It's 3 months old. The thing with the dab was crazy. The thing where it opened up and it was just talking about him, like it's honestly written like a like multi-perspective story. But the part where it's like, oh yeah, yeah, me and my kids were camping, and the son's like, yeah, we were camping. You know what I mean? And then the mom never comes back, and they find her like, oh my gosh, it's so creepy. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get some sleep though. I might do this again if this does well. But thank you for the bit. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for the bit. I had a good time. I do need some sleep though because I work in the morning. Otherwise, I'll be back. I think if you work tomorrow at midnight, it's gonna be like tomorrow, like at midnight again. I think I have my planner somewhere around there. I'll go check it in a second. No, it's right here. Let me look, make sure. I think it's the same thing at midnight tomorrow. Oh, planner. September. Do you remember? The stamp planner, bro. Amigo. Yeah, it's just the same thing. It's 11:40. I have 11:40 to like 2 something tomorrow for the stream. So yeah, I'll be doing that tomorrow. Oh, I think I don't think my phone's dead yet, but I don't know if I have a phone charger, so my phone might die as well. Peace.